What's up, guys? Shouri here, and after watching some of the arena tournament stuff, I started to realize that maybe we were all wrong about Aleta. Because everyone just assumed Aleta got a lot worse, which, I guess it technically did, but no one even plays her, and everyone kind of just wrote her off as just some bad hero. But as you can see from these plays, Aleta was like a playmaker. Right there in the top corner, you can see Bean just took out Fio, who basically won his team the tournament on Gatlin. Then he takes out Bide, the best Ruby in the game, and then he takes out Cairo, and then he goes right back and takes out Fio again on Gatlin. We all know Gatlin's like the best thing that ever lived. But then you have a bunch of people playing on Aleta, taking out Gatlin so easily. And they were taking everyone out. The most three pieces in the whole tournament against some of the best players in the world were all done with Aleta. And it just makes you think, did we actually have it a little wrong with Aleta? Which is what made me want to make this video. As you can see, again, Rinks just comes straight in, goes ahead, takes down the Gatlin, then he kills the tank, and then the Hunter just goes straight after that with the help of his team. And it was just play after play. Aleta was just doing work, and it makes you think, are we wrong? Is Aleta good? Rinks, again, just using all the movement techniques in the world, and then he kills their entire team again. He got all three of them. And that's what made me do this. I went in and just decided, hey, I should play a little bit of the Aleta, see what happens. And I want to be very clear, I am not the best Aleta that ever lived, and I'm not 100% sure how to play it exactly with the new abilities, but I got it down for the most part. So basically, the biggest thing that's different is you can no longer heal yourself with your ultimate, and that is a pretty big difference. That's what made Aleta so good. But you can still do pretty decent damage, and you have really good movement. You can also go back in time all the time, and that will help you heal a little bit. The biggest thing is you can't tank damage like before, and that might be the biggest reason everyone thinks this hero is so terrible. Because, I don't know if you guys remember, but old Aleta was so overpowered because you could just never kill it. Especially with second ult, you could literally just sit there and stay alive forever. Right there, I did use my travel back in time to be able to heal myself back up, and then we do go ahead and just use our movement as best we can to go ahead and get everyone. But the biggest thing that you're going to need to do is have a healer, because honestly, you really do need a healer. It's so important because you can't heal yourself like you used to, and the biggest thing you got going for you is being able to throw your bomb into people, being invisible, and then running around and just confusing people. Right there, we go ahead, use our time travel. We are going to go in here and just try to help our teammate. Not really very successful because, one, I'm terrible, and two, it was 1v3, but it wasn't going to work out. But, I tried. But for real though, you have all the movement in the world, your damage is still pretty okay, and as long as you have a healer, you can always get back to them. And that's one thing that analyzing those clips, I realized. The reason that these Aletas were so good is they had really good teams. And their team were always there to be able to keep them alive and make sure that they had heals. So whenever they took damage, they didn't tank the fight like most Aletas are used to. They ran back to their healer and got their heals back. And anytime they were away from their healers, they were doing what I'm doing right here. They're basically playing very cautiously, using walls, angles, and every trick in the book not to take damage because you can't heal yourself anymore. But the cool thing is, you have this bomb that destroys everybody, and you do a lot of damage, and your movement can get you out of a lot of different things and keep you alive until your healer can get to you. But like I said, you do need a healer. You do need teammates that actually know what they're doing, and that does kind of pose a problem sometimes if you're a solo player. So I would recommend only playing Aleta in situations that you do know that you have a healer, some decent damage players, because without them, you're kind of screwed. But you can actually add a lot of value to different teams, especially up until the very late stages of ranked. and just kind of get some kills. Run in there, you can just hit people with your bomb. It can kill people very quickly, and then you can always use your time travel to get out of some pretty sticky situations. It confuses everybody, and that can help your team end up getting the kills themselves because the rest of the people are focused on you and what you're doing. Right here, this Jabali turns his back to my team, knowing that I'm behind him, and it ends up screwing him up a whole lot. Right here, we are doing great damage to the Ruby. He's looking around for us instead of killing my team, which ends up giving us the kill on both the Jabali and the Ruby. We go 9-1 with 11 assists, and all of that has to do with us turning the tables on what we used to play as Aleta. Aleta is not what it was. It is almost a completely different character, like so many different heroes. And so you can't play it like you used to. If you think that you're going to run in there and just use your abilities to live forever, you're not. It is no longer like that. You were going to do what I'm doing right here and just try to get away. And sometimes it's not going to work. It definitely didn't there. But it is something that works enough. And the character isn't as lost of a cause as most people thought. And it was really interesting seeing those pro players playing against the other best players in the world. And like a lot, almost every game would have somebody on Aleta at some point. And it just makes you think, why is nobody using Aleta? And I think it all just comes down to they're pro players. They figured out that, hey, you have to play a different way faster than everyone else. That's how a lot of games work. Everyone thinks something doesn't work, and then somebody finds a way it does work who's very good, and then they tell the rest of us. And I think that might be one of these situations. Again, at the highest levels of ranked, I mean, pretty much every meta is going to be Gatlin, double tank, double healer, or some variation of that. And I don't know that this has, like, the most significance in, like, diamond ranks. But if you're playing in gold or lower, you could play Aleta pretty well. I have been able to do that, and it is pretty easy. In diamond, I had a lot of trouble. I'm not going to lie to you. And I got really tired of trying to beat people in diamond, so that's why I'm playing unranked right here. But it doesn't really matter, because the fact that it works enough, and for the majority of people, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that makes the character work, because almost no characters work if you play at diamond. But the good news is that we are able to do quite a bit of damage. We're able to dodge even more, and then we can use our abilities to just kind of fake everyone out and get all the kills in the world. Luckily for us, we were able to win the game again, just using movement, getting as much damage in as possible. And as you can see, we have a lot of damage in a lot of these games. And we're having to use a lot of movement tricks to be able to make this work, because I'm not going to lie, it's really hard. It's not going to be something easy like it used to be where you can just run in there, pop an ult, and never die. You are going to have to use movement tricks. You are going to have to try. But if you are someone who likes Aleta, I mean, you're going to be fine. And again, at the highest ranks, it doesn't necessarily work out too great. But in all the other ranks, it's completely fine. I mean, you can go around, you can basically just spin around doing little bits of damage here and there, and you can get away to a heal very quickly, and you just got to remember that your abilities are different. Your bomb is to hurt people and to reload. It is no longer there to heal you. So you do have to get out of situations before you have no health, because it's really bad. Right there, I was lagging, so kind of just ended the game, because for the rest of the game I literally couldn't play. But either way, it is a really good character, and it does add some value. So if you enjoy playing this hero, as you can see, I ran into the middle of all of them, I distracted him, I was able to get some damage out, and then I reversed my time, got myself back to full, and right here, instead of trying to use my ability to go ahead and hit someone, I used it to reload, and then get out of there and put myself in a position to get a kill. And that's exactly what you gotta do. Just hit people like little bits of mosquito bite damage at a time. Make sure that if there's shields, you're going behind them. Make sure if there's a healer that you are near them, because you need all these things now. And it is annoying, don't get me wrong, but you're one of the few characters that has the movement to actually have this work. You can get to your healer without your healer stressing out about it. You can always get behind shields where most heroes can't have that kind of movement. And you can get out of really dangerous situations, getting across the map very quickly, just like we did here. And then you can use your time, like, travel? I don't even remember what it's called, but it doesn't matter. You can use that, and you can go and you can get your heals. You can get out of where everyone is, and I've been dancing around on low health, getting everyone low for so long here, and now I'm just waiting for this heal to come up, and that's exactly how you got to play it. You just got to remember you are not able to do what you could before, and it is a completely different play style and pretty much a different character. So you do have to play it that way. So I think that you guys could actually enjoy Aleta a lot if you just remembered that you're not playing the same thing, because those bombs kill people so fast. You run in there, you hit a bomb on somebody, you get out, you just make sure you're confusing people, and the best thing you can do is make sure that you're turning people's shields away from where your team's at, because you're either going to hit them in the back and do a lot of damage, or you're going to get them to just let you auto kill them. Either way, that's very good for you, very bad for them. So I think that you guys just need to think about Aleta in the different way. So right here, we are going to just try to do a little bit of a wall peek, get him as low as we can. As soon as we get our bomb up, we go ahead, hit him with the bomb. Then we teleport back in time to go ahead and heal ourselves up a little bit. We're just showing these guys we're here, and we're just keeping them off the point. The whole point of this is literally just to show them, hey, I'm here. You can't come get this point for free. Stay back, and it's just giving us more and more time. As soon as they come out to kill my teammates, I go back in, make sure that we do as much as we can to keep them off the point and keep the damage up. We go ahead and take the point back. We rush into this Gatlin because, as you saw in all those pro clips, that was what this character was so good and effective at, was getting into that Gatlin. And in case you're wondering how I died there, that guy had dropped his invisible bomb thing that you can hit twice, and I hit it twice because I'm an idiot. But that's not the Aleta's fault. That's me being an idiot. And right here, I do use the go back in time to heal myself, get back out from where the guy knew I was, so I could go grab this full heal. And now I'm just going to do damage into both the Sentry turret and this guy's bubble, because why not? All I'm doing is waiting for my bomb. As soon as it hits, I go straight back over here for the heal. I shoot the guy in the back right as he goes out, so he knows that I'm here, and I'm just trying to distract him. Because while this sentry's over here by me, he is not hurting my team. And that's the biggest thing that you are, is a distraction. You can do some kills, and you can be very influential in all of the fights, but now you can't heal yourself the way you used to. You can't take damage. You have to use your movement to be a distraction, to make sure that people know you're there. Put in a little damage here and there to help your team get the kills. And then if you see a situation, you can fly in there, bomb somebody, and get out. Go ahead and do it. Make sure you get the kill, though. You want to have them a little low first, have your team shooting them first. That way you can make sure to kill them. You can take out a healer with this. You can do so much to different damages, and you can also use your bomb to make your reloads happen faster. And even though it doesn't heal you, it can get you out of the worst situations so you can go and be healed. Right here, we are staying next to the cart because the cart is our healer in this situation. We also have an iris, and we are able to go ahead and get through all of those people. And then we go straight on. We're going to bomb these two people, get the kills, and then we have our team that does the rest of the work onto the iris. And it's just little things like this. You're faking this guy out. He knows we're here, but he doesn't know exactly how he's going to get us. And this guy was actually really good. This was annoying. I hated it so much. But luckily, we were able to get the kill, and we're just taking unorthodox routes. We don't want people to know where we're going to be at, and we want them to have to guess, pay attention, and look for us. Right there, we've already killed two. We got the healer low, and now we're getting out and back behind another guy on their team. He's so confused as to how I just got there, because he looked to the left, there was no one there, there's no one behind him, and then all of a sudden somebody comes through a window. And that's the cool part about Aleta. You get to be sneaky and do all these cool things. I'm going to run in here, get the kill, and get stuck on a bench, because I'm terrible. But you know who's not terrible? Jordy and his thumbnails, and he can make your thumbnails too. Go to my description and get his Discord info and work out a deal with him. He can be your thumbnail guy too. Alright guys, hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great day.